Today, I'm probably gonna have a controversial opinion to a fragrance that gets a lot of hype, Hugo Boss The Scent Private Accord. So if you're not ready to hear a controversial opinion, well, just watch anyway, come on, I could use the watch time. If you ever wondered about this fragrance, now's your time. Let's go over the presentation because I like it. Hugo Boss The Scent Private Accord was perfumed by Bruno Jovanovic in Germany in 2018. First, let's talk about this box. It kind of comes across like every other Hugo Boss fragrance box. It just has an outline of the bottle, which is accurate to the size of the bottle. On the top, it says Boss, Hugo Boss. On the back, I do appreciate this. It does have a note breakdown with some ingredients and information. It says an addictive twist of the original fragrance. Exquisite notes of ginger, exotic maninka fruit, sophisticated mocha, and magnetic cacao absolute combined to seduce the senses. The box is pretty nice actually, but I don't care about that. Let's look at the bottle. It has kind of a copper or like bronze color mixed in with this amber hue. It is not the color of the glass, it's the color of the juice, as you can tell. I do like this kind of windowed display where it's like sectioned. Right here it just say Boss, Hugo Boss, and then right here in small letters, Private Accord. Right here is the name of the line, the scent. It's also on there 3 different times. The cap itself does have heft to it. It is plastic filled with a metal or aluminum type of shell, so it does hold on to the atomizer quite well. On the bottom, that's where your sticker with the batch code and the concentration of the fragrance will be. And my batch code is 8177. This is 100 milliliters and it is eau de toilette concentration. I don't know why some people say it's EDP because that's the women's version. This is eau de toilette. Price point, I bought this for $89.95 Canadian on Fragrance Buy. It was incredibly hard to come across because it was always sold out, and I scooped it immediately because of that. The retail of this though, I have no idea because first of all, it's not even available on Hugo Boss's website, and I can't find any retail stores that actually still sell this. So has this been silently discontinued? I'm not sure. You can still find it on discounters though, and that's all we really care about because you will get a very big discount on there if you wait to actually find this there. Let's dig into the scent profile of Hugo Boss The Scent Private Accord. First, I'm gonna spray this on my skin so I can talk along with you. Yes, good scent profile, but let's go over the listed notes on Parfumo and not Fragrantica because I feel like the notes on Fragrantica are completely false. Parfumo, the notes match what the box says. In the top, ginger, in the mid, maninka fruit, mocha, and in the base, cacao absolute. Now, when people say on Fragrantica that this has pineapple in it, I think that's what they're detecting from the maninka fruit. It kind of has this kind of tropical passion fruit mixed with pineapple vibe to it, which you could get confused by, but there is no pineapple in it. It's just maninka fruit, which is a similarity between this and the rest of the fragrances in Boss The Scent line. They do share that maninka fruit in there, which this does have, and it is front and center, which gives it this kind of almost like an exotic fruity sweetness in the top, followed by this cacao absolute, and I totally agree that it's like a mocha. It's not like a coffee note that they list on Fragrantica, totally mocha vibes. There is also this kind of slight peppery vibe, which I do agree with. You are picking up on a joint accord of notes, which make this kind of chocolatey, but the maninka gives it this fruity, sweet, citrusy vibe that brightens up the opening, so it's not just a dark conglomeration. It does kind of have this like fruity, dark chocolate vibe to it, which comes across very seductive and sensual, which I can actually appreciate a lot. This is an interesting fragrance that I think that is unique to designers because it does have a lot going on here, and I can appreciate and respect what they did for this fragrance because it's pretty well done, I'm not gonna lie. And it's weird because this has actually smelled different on my skin a couple times. Sometimes I smell more of a prominence of that maninka fruit. Sometimes I smell more of a prominence of this cacao, chocolatey, vanilla type of vibes. And then other times I'm getting more of a woody, spicy vibe. Every time I've worn this so far, it's given me kind of a different feel to it. That could be due to the complexity. Most people are going to like the scent profile of this. It is kind of borderline gourmand with that kind of mocha and cacao chocolatey vibe to it. This, in my opinion, is a holiday fragrance. Perfect for the winter time, like around Christmas, or in the fall around Thanksgiving. It does have an inviting, comforting, seductive, sensual vibe around it that I think a lot of women are going to enjoy and compliment you on if you were to wear this. I gotta say though, I did wear this and ask a woman what she thought, and she was indifferent. She didn't think it was good, she didn't think it was bad. This could be good for dates, this could be good for casual, more dressed up events. You could wear this out to dinner, but I think that this is like kind of exclusively for the fall or winter time, just based off of the warming characteristics characteristics of the scent profile. I would wear this in the nighttime more than the daytime because of those darker notes in there, but I think that you could get away with this for some daytime use. I think that this is more towards the 25 and up crowd, or, you know, if you're younger, but definitely just on dates. This is a very unique fragrance. It does have a combination of notes that you don't typically see in the more mass appealing designers. One of the major downfalls to this fragrance, in my opinion and personal use, was the performance. The performance to me was not that good. This does open with around a 2-foot projection. Obviously, that's going to calm down in the first hour to around about a foot or less. Now, after about 3 hours, that Maninka does kind of calm down. You're gonna pick up more on the cacao absolute and that chocolatey feel. More of the darker notes do start to shine through. The woody notes start to become more obvious. There is gonna start to develop at this time a slight incensey vibe. I don't know if a lot of people get that, but on my skin, I do. I think it's from the benzoin. After around 5 hours, it becomes a faint skin scent where I can barely pick it up, and then it just drops off a cliff between the 5 and 6 hour mark where I cannot smell it at all. So like I said, like this does not have the best performance to it. It is still acceptable for what use cases you're going to use it for, but I could not push this past the 6 hour mark. Let me know in the comments below if you get better performance than I do, but for me personally, the performance was not that good. It gave me a nice bubble, but it was kind of short-lived. I think that this starts to settle into a skin scent around the 3 to 5 hour mark with a faint skin scent to the 5 to 6 hour mark, and it's gonna just disappear off your skin somewhere between there. So this does have some progression to it, but I think that it's just kind of that bright opening fading and those more darker seductive notes coming through. It's interesting because you kind of smell a shift where these darker notes just engulf the bright opening and just completely swallow it whole, and then you just smell those darker notes in there. Now, I gotta say that the performance was a very big disappointment for me because I do like the scent profile, although I do not love the scent profile. This is definitely not my favorite fragrance, although I think it smells pretty good. I don't see how this got an incredible amount of hype. I'm just being real and honest with you. I do think it smells good, but I don't think it's worthy of how much hype this gets. Everyone regards this as like their top 5 fragrances. In my personal opinion, I don't think that it's worthy of so much hype, although it is still very, very good. If I was to give Hugo Boss the Scent Private Accord a scale between 1 and 10, I'm gonna give it a 7.8 out of 10. I think that it does things very well. Although it's not an amazing fragrance, it is well blended. I see a lot of people loving this. Things that I would like to see is a boost of performance because this scent profile is pretty good. I did say that this is controversial because I know that a lot of people love this fragrance, but this is what happens when you give an honest take on fragrances. Some people may not agree with your opinion, and that's okay. With that being said though, I will still be recommending this fragrance to people because I still think it is very good. It's just not my favorite. If you like honest fragrance reviews, please consider subscribing and spray that like button for more. Make sure you check out this video right here where I guarantee you're gonna like this fragrance. I'll see you over there. Thanks for watching.